On the Observer story, Observer, they're reporting that Brexit's not a success, that trade deal with Japan apparently is not bearing fruit. I'd say it's a bit too early to be looking at the impact of Brexit at this stage. But Nicolette says, I can't see how Brexit is to blame for a slowdown in trade deals. Surely it's worldwide recession that's more likely. The Observer is being Ramona-ish and talking us down as usual. Briefly on that, Kris, I think the whole point about Brexit is it's a massive readjustment, it's a big change, it's a big shock to the economy and to our society, and I don't think we can judge Brexit for another decade.
Well, exactly. So Brexit was 2016, and we have such short-termism in the United Kingdom, when actually many things are, you need the art of the long view. Now, if we hadn't had COVID, if we hadn't had the response to COVID, if we didn't have had the war, if we didn't have supply chain issues, if we didn't have a global recession, you might be able to say 5 years down the road how we're doing with Brexit. But the fact is, we've had all of these seismic, cataclysmic bangs to the economy. Well, Brexit hasn't had a chance. We haven't had a chance to have these interpersonal relations, to develop these opportunities. So sit back, hang on. Let's get ourselves through COVID, through the pandemic, through the ramifications of the war, and then let's judge ourselves in 2025, 2030, 2035. It's the art of a long view. We were tied down in the European Economic Union. Well, in fact, if it had just been the EEC, I'd have been happy. It was, for me, the military union, the political union, and not being able to vote out people from Brussels who have all these issues on our lives. That was my challenge, and that's why I wanted to be in Brexit. Let's give it a chance.
Albie, Amankona, I voted Remain, but I will fight with every cell in my body to make sure it's not reversed. And I'm starting to think that long-term Brexit's going to be a success. It's an insurance policy against ever closer union or being a member of the United States of Europe. I believe that the Eurozone is headed for a colossal sovereign debt crisis that we're not going to have to deal with because we're out. It's an insurance policy against a single European army. Look how disastrous the EU's response to Ukraine was. And, of course, it's control of our borders, our money. The fundamentals of Brexit are still there. It just needs time.
The fundamentals of Brexit are still there. It does need time. But ultimately, I think you will speak to many Brexiteers who will be arguing that actually Brexit hasn't been implemented very well by this government, unfortunately. And so, yes, we do need to give it time to look at the successes and the opportunities which are out there. But we look at issues like the Northern Ireland Protocol, that's still very much not resolved. So people often talk about Brexit being done. The last government under Boris Johnson used that phrase quite a lot, but it's not really done. There's still some serious work to do.
Yes, get Brexit done. Rebecca Jane, couple of seconds on this. I can't not let you talk about Brexit.
How can we even talk about Brexit when Brexit has been implemented by a bunch of people that never even wanted it? They've taken no opportunities and the mainstream media is highly against it. Forget about it. Get somebody in power that actually believes in it.